are live.
Yo, we live?
Like live?
We live?
Are we like live? Yo, hit us up in the chat if we are live.
Miggity, mic check.
If
One,
we
two.
are live, we gotta start out by saying, as you guys can see, we are here on a couch. It's someone's special couch because it's someone's birthday.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Play that song.
You already know what time it is.
Play that song.
Don't look at the YouTube. Oh my
No,
gosh,
no,
we
YouTube
gotta
ad. 30 second
wait a
YouTube
second.
ad.
This
YouTube.
trash right here.
I got you. While the chat comes in, I got you.
There we go. There he is. Can he see? We can't see this, right? There it is.
Hey.
We're definitely gonna get
this is the birthday song.
DMCA, but whatever.
Hey, DMCA. We're gonna take it
DMCA,
down.
F you.
We're gonna take it down.
Woo!
It don't matter.
Cause Sabrina's birthday.
I got another one.
Hold my breath. Yeah.
This is the real birthday song.
That's the birthday. That's the birthday anthem right there.
You know the song?
That's the real anthem right there. That's how we need to intro every birthday, every
That's
first
it.
cut
That's what
birthday
it
going
is.
forward.
Welcome to First Cut Live. Happy birthday,
Woo!
Sabrina! Yo.
Guys, I'm so happy to be here chilling with you guys in my apartment. It feels
Yeah.
Wow,
good.
it's big, it's spacious.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is incredible. Everyone hit up Sabrina, let her know happy birthday. Hit up the happy birthday. Should we sing happy birthday right now?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, if
All right.
we're able to.
All
All
right, ready?
3, 2.
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to. I thought we were gonna sing the
Happy
the regular version. I gave the Stevie version already. I thought we were gonna do the.
All right.
But we could do the normal, you know what I mean? Or we could do Stevie, you know what I mean? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
Hey,
to
to
you. Back to the white version.
Happy birthday. Get in here, Brandon.
To you.
Bum. Happy birthday, dear Sabrina. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Yeah.
Sabrina, you are 24.
I
No
am.
longer 23.
No.
You got one over Jordan. Shout out to RIP Kobe.
Yeah, it's
number
Kobe.
24.
Yeah, Kobe. Yeah.
That's his jersey number in case
Yeah,
you don't know.
no, I know.
You know?
I know.
Okay.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
It basically means like you're gonna be Kobe this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mamba
This is
season.
my
Mamba
year.
mentality.
This
Mamba
is my year,
season.
100%. A24, Kobe
5
year.
rings.
Oh, the Kobe.
All of that,
See,
yeah. We're
A24
ready.
Avengers. It's all coming
Exactly.
together.
A24
Yeah.
Avengers. That's
Mhm.
right. That's
Yeah.
right, man. Damn, you're gonna get 5 rings, 5 championship rings. Play with
That's
Paul
right.
Gasol and Shaq. How you feeling, girl?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, it's been kind of a little bit of a crazy time. I hope I'm getting picked up in the mic right now. It's been a little crazy. I just got back from a trip. I was in
Mhm.
Florida. I used to previously have beef with Florida because I got stung by a jellyfish multiple
Yeah.
times. I
Mm.
did not on this trip.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
Most people have beef with Florida though.
Yeah,
For
I have
other
other beef with
reasons.
Florida, but now the
Uh,
jellyfish, we're good. We're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Where in Florida did you go?
We went to Fort Myers.
Okay.
Yeah, a place I'd never been to before. So we went to go visit some family. Brandon's family's over there. It was
Okay.
a lot of fun.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Was it just one location, one spot?
Yeah, we stayed pretty much like in the same region the entire time. There was a beautiful beach, probably one of my favorite beaches I've ever been to. I'm super afraid of the ocean, but this one I was just swimming in because the tide
Mm.
or like the waves, they're not super strong. So I don't
Mhm.
feel like scared because California, the waves like smack you in the face.
Mhm.
They smack you. So it was a lot of fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man. Look, Florida.
We're going
Anyone from
crazy.
Florida, let us know in the chat. Is there a chat? I don't even know if we
The
got
chat,
a
the
chat.
chat's
I
going.
don't
My
know.
bad. I've just been
I
going through the burners. And,
I'm supposed to hear. I was
and then the
playing. I was
likes.
playing 2 chains.
It's funny. Y'all been seeing me do it too all this whole time. That's how I'm in Florida. I'm like just getting the burners. going.
So now that you are still a child,
Yes.
how do you feel? Do you feel older?
No, not at all. No, but I think 24 is still one of those ages where you can kind of get away with stuff. It's still
Yeah.
like cute. 25, I think, is where it gets real, you know, and just in my mind of like, okay, I'm a full adult. Because right now I'm like, I'm still in this limbo. I'm in my Frances Ha years. Like, you know, it's okay if I don't know what's going on. But 25, I feel like that's when it gets serious and I have to get my life together. So I could still have fun for one more year.
Damn,
Yeah.
Damn, man, you're putting the cap early, man. Early.
No, it's another step. Not like a cap or anything. It's just another step to like being a true adult. Yeah. Because I went into the pandemic 22 and I had only been graduated from college for like 6 months at the time, or like 7 or whatever. So like that was the time where I could have had a year to just like relax and have fun, and I didn't get that. So now I'm like thrust into this whole new era of my life. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. That is, I mean, wait till you're my age.
Well, yeah.
When you got some irons.
Ace acts like he's like 40 or something. Man.
I mean, I might as well be, man. I might as well be.
Nah,
oh my God.
Stop.
You're straight up like, you're like 27.
I
know you're not, but you are.
He has the heart of a
Look at you.
27-year-old.
You're glowing.
Yeah,
you're healthy.
Skin is always good.
Look at that. Your skin is glowing more than mine, and I use expensive skincare.
7-Eleven little like smoothie slushy on the way over here.
Man, that's all good. It's all
you know,
good.
100 grams of sugar in my blood right now. That's why I'm all hyper.
Right. That's right.
But I'm so happy for you, Sabrina.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. It's so funny, guys, because
life's beautiful for you.
I'm gonna try to escalate my voice because we're only using one mic. But in the start of the pandemic, March 16th, I celebrated my birthday over here in Silver Lake. Yeah. And then on the drive over here, I was like, yo, this is kind of trippy. It's tripping me out, right?
Yeah, we were kind of like breaking the rules, like a little bit.
A little bit, but at the same time, I was like, wait a minute, now we're celebrating Sabrina's birthday. I'm back for the first time.
True.
In Silver Lake.
This is our first
you know, freaking dealing with the traffic and the freaking hill that I'm, you know, driving up. But I'm like, all right. It's crazy because we're celebrating 2 birthdays. Mine was here last time, obviously a different spot, but still pretty similar location.
No, yeah.
And now it's your birthday, and we're celebrating here in Silver Lake. How do you feel as a Silver Lake rep, as a Silver Lake like native? How do you feel?
Yeah, you guys know I love it here. I'm always like, everybody come to Silver Lake. No one wants to come to Silver Lake. I'm like, yeah, let's get drinks over here. Nobody wants to come. So I'm happy that I was able to force you guys to get over here. I definitely guilted everybody to come to this today for you two, and then also for my birthday later because we have dinner reservations pretty soon. So I'm excited for that.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, we gotta.
Show's done.
Let's get this intro shit over with.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you. I really hope that the chat. Let's see what the chat's saying, man. I see a lot of happy birthdays.
Chat's going crazy. Chat going crazy. Hit that like button.
Zeno Hour. Yo, come on, chat. We need more.
Yo, Brandon Han in the chat. Thank you,
Brandon.
Thank you.
Brandon's the man in the chair today. I wish we had a separate camera on him right now.
maybe we could just let me see. I might bring a StreamYard on this drive.
That's funny.
But either way, Sabrina, we spent a week without you.
Yes.
A week without you,
baby.
But either way, we saw Shang-Chi together. I caught myself from pronouncing it incorrect. And now he's hanging out at Disneyland. But I want to get a little bit more transparency from you because I've been I don't know if you've seen, but I've been like super active on Twitter, just calling people out left and right, just because I've been seeing a lot of people in my mentions for the Shang-Chi review that I gave on Twitter, and then the Shang-Chi thoughts I gave afterwards, because I listened to a lot of reviews on a lot of podcasts, but I want to hear a little bit more of your like more relaxed, we're not fresh out of the theater kind of takes now that you spent a week in Florida.
Yo, so I still really freaking love this movie. I think this creeps up there, and RB3 and I talked about it immediately when we stepped out. I was like, this is at the same level of a Black Panther, of an Iron Man. I think this one has surprised me in so many ways, but also I'm not that surprised because a lot of the people that were behind the scenes, Destin Daniel Cretton co-writing it and also directing it, we know he has so much heart injected into all of his movies, no matter what the subject matter is. I think this is the perfect balance that we've seen from the MCU in a very long time of really good stakes that we're invested in, not just like, oh, the whole world is ending. Because even though we did have this huge threat at the end, I think everything that we built up to this point just had a really beautiful payoff where it didn't feel cheap. Like we were emotionally invested in every single character. And also another problem that we kind of talk about with superhero films or bigger budget films or whatever it may be, the villain. The villain is so important. And in this one, holy crap, did they knock it out of the park. We love him, and not necessarily, but you feel for him. You feel for him and you understand because he's dealing with this loss, dealing with this grief, and he had made a decision to not live the life that he was living prior, and he changed everything. And so like him picking up the rings again, I just thought like it makes sense because all of us have done crazy things in our lives, or if we feel very strongly in some way, if something impacts us emotionally. And I understood exactly where he was coming from. Even if I'm not agreeing with him, I understand where this feeling comes from because we've all dealt with that. So I think them bringing it down to a point where every single person can resonate with it, I think that was just the icing on the top of the cake of just a really beautiful story of family, love, heritage, all these different ideas.
That's my favorite part too. I was laughing because I just thought of like, you know, if someone tells you your love is, you know, you got to open a portal to hell to get to your love, you're just like, yo, open that damn portal to hell, as he's doing at the end of the movie. If you guys have seen the movie, you know what I want to talk about. I mean,
spoiler
low
alert,
key,
by the way.
we said spoilers in the
title.
In the title,
yeah.
But either way, RB3, would you open a portal to hell if someone told you your wife was on the other side?
I mean, I don't know, man. Love will drive you to do crazy things, you know what I mean? But
that's kind of what he did, though.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? But, you know, he was mad toxic, too. You know what I mean? Yeah, mad toxic, you know, abilities. That's what made him a good villain, too. I mean, that's what's funny, too. I think it was really nice how Shang-Chi really showed you, like, the full origin story. Not just not our main character's origin, but, like, his family's origin story. How his dad, you know, was a criminal, got his life straight because he fell in love. And then as soon as that was taken away from him, that just ended up breaking him even further. You know, I just think that's such a cool idea to just play with. Like the fact that there really wasn't like a direct villain other than like the father figure. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's like a side plot or like a side thing. Now it was a pretty like straight up focused like movie in terms of like what point A to point B to point C was going to be. Now, and I also think it's really good in that way too, in terms of like its coherency, because if those both inherently, I feel like American, but also inherently Asian as well. So like, I feel like the parts in the beginning when they're like in San Francisco and, you know, like they're like, you know, he wakes up, he has obviously like the movie posters in his background and he works out, but he's like parking valet cars. It's different than what we see in Marvel movies because most times like the characters are rich, they're rich people, but this dude's actually coming from like a position of being like a worker, a serviceman, you know? So then on top of that, like, and then he's just having normal experience. He just does karaoke, like you were talking about, you and Dane used to like do karaoke
all the time.
It's like mad relatable. But then as you get more entrenched into like the history and backstory, which is something that a lot of people of color, you know, do, like they have this American lifestyle and ideology and have like, you know, what they have from their life experiences. Once they actually discover more about their history, it's a whole different like level of exposure that you get to. And I think that's like also the great part about this movie, like how you can be your identity as you are, but also who you are also plays a big factor in that too. So it's just really, really good stuff. I just think like the whole themes of like family, connectivity, generational, you know, everything was just it's just really, really good. So this is probably one of my favorite Marvel movies, probably out of Phase 4 so far. So
yeah. I want to toss it to you, Sabrina. I'll lead it up with a question. So full disclosure, guys, just because we're I don't know what time it is. Oh, okay, we got a little bit of time. What I was talking about was I listened to a few podcasts and a lot of reviewers and a lot of people who actually write written reviews. RB3, you can jump in on this as well. I know you're checking chat and Streamlabs and all that, but a lot of people in the reviews, I don't want to name names, but you probably know who I'm talking about. But most people were saying, yo, I was loving Shang-Chi. This is something different. I love the martial arts. Tony Lang is cool, or Tony Lang, I'm sorry. The cast is cool. Simu Liu is cool. But I feel like, here we go again. Marvel with their third act CGI boss fight. And I saw that in almost every review I read. where they kept saying like MCU does it again with the same old third act. And I brought it up in our review after the theater. I don't know if you remember that, but I said, hey, you know, as much as people complain about the CG, I felt like we've never seen. Have y'all seen a dragon fight in Marvel? I haven't, but if you guys have, like, that's cool. But I have never seen that in an actual MCU movie in a full scale budget. You know, 150 million plus budget. I've never seen that. So as much as people said CGI fight, I thought it was so different because it felt more about family, because obviously the sea dragon or the protector represented his mother, and obviously the darkness represented the darkness within himself and within his father. And I thought that was really clever, and the way they actually physically fought. So what do you think of the third act CGI boss fight criticism that I got like 800 likes and like 800 replies telling me that I'm,
Sounds kind of personal.
No, but I think what rubbed me the wrong way was the fact that I even tweeted this out like yesterday or 2 days ago, that a lot of them were just like, well, actually, bro, like in Chinese culture, like, you know, this is not what the dragon represents, because the dragon actually, and I'm just like, bro, you're like a 22-year-old white dude from like Mississippi, like chill, like don't tell me what it is and what it is. Like, I get it, you've seen a lot of like Chinese films, bro, that's cool, but I feel like that's not the point. The point is it's representative of what the character is. But what do you feel about the third act at same old MCU criticism?
It was kind of even what I said earlier. I touched upon it a little bit, where I said I think the weight of everything makes me not fully think about this. It's not like this, like, oh, the entire world is ending, there's a beam from the sky. I think it's visually beautiful, and it's representative of so much, exactly what you said earlier. So I don't find it to be like cheap. I don't find it to be like a kind of like third act with no substance. There is so much substance that I don't mind this at all. There were a few times where I feel like the cinematography maybe was a little bit of that like Marvel sameness. We know there's this like through line between all the Marvel films where they kind of look the same, and sometimes could be like a little bit muddier and stuff like that. But it was so small. Like this is me reaching for a nitpick, because I don't necessarily find one. I feel like I was so invested into every single character. Even the sister, I feel like not a lot of people are talking about her character. She is so goddamn good, even in that post-credit scene. And even when it pans to somebody like Awkwafina, which the entire time I'm like, why in the beginning? I'm like, why is Awkwafina gonna go? This is bigger than just a normal person. Like, this is some serious stuff. How are they gonna avoid her possibly getting into some trouble? And I love that she was able to take on like the bow and arrow. She was able to hold her own. She was able to be badass. She had her one moment with the bow and arrow cutting into the thing's neck. Absolutely loved all of that. I think they did a really great job of incorporating all the characters. They weren't useless. They weren't played for jokes. Awkwafina had a lot of jokes, and she was one of the comic reliefs, the main comic relief. But it didn't just feel like, oh, she's just a comic relief. Everybody contributed something. And I think all of that just kind of just weighs heavier and adds more substance to this third act that isn't, to me, just a CGI boss fight or like whatever it may be. It's not that, because of all this weight. And yeah, it's CGI. Like, what are they going to do? Grab a dragon, do like some practical effects? That'd be cool. That'd be cool at some point if they wanted to try that. But I mean, this is a lot. Not a real dragon. I said practical effects. Practical. Like, like that could be cool if they wanted to incorporate it, but it doesn't really fit into the aesthetic. We have aliens. We have like all this other stuff. You need it to look kind of like perfect. And so visual effects and CGI is going to make that happen. So I do not mind it. I think there was a ridiculous amount of substance, and it worked so well for me.
Yeah, I think for me, like, the difference is like with this CGI is that this felt like substantive CGI. Like you said, like I felt like instead of it being just two giant metal ships crashing into each other, like we saw in Captain America: Winter Soldier, or if it's you know, I mean all the Marvel third acts. We saw Black Panther, you know, and that's not the greatest third act either. I mean, but that's but the first two acts are really what carries it, and ultimately the conflict is so strong that the CGI doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? The CGI is just like whatever. But I think for this movie, I thought it's fascinating that the CGI actually did play a part into like the actual developing culture, developing mythology, stuff that they had established throughout the story, like interweaving. But having like the giant giant dragons, introducing a new land like Ta Lo, which is kind of like its own mini Wakanda almost, like the hidden away fortress a little bit. I wonder if that's going to be another kind of location that we see explored more to like the MCU, right?
Yeah.
But then having like establishing all that while still having the core conflict like and like always at the center, like with the evil dragon pretty much embodying the spirit of what the father was trying to fight for, versus and the rings ultimately being like that connecting factor too, ultimately going to Shang-Chi and him having his dragon. I forget what the name of his dude is.
I just called it a sea dragon, but it's the Protector.
Yeah, the Protector. Yeah. So it's just like it's a great story. By the way, I just love like again Aquafina in another movie where it's a sea dragon. What's going on? Another movie with a sea dragon. What's going on, Raya?
She's not playing it though.
Yeah, she's not playing it this time, but but she put it down. She put this the evil dragon down in this one. So a little bit.
She wounded it.
But it was necessary. She contributed. True. And so like she didn't single-handedly, she's a human. Yeah. And that's why I'm like, that worked. Like the second she was going in with the adventure, I'm like, this is way too much. And I also love that they kept this like relationship kind of platonic, and like they left the door open for romance in the future, but completely platonic, because men and women can be friends and just like grow up together, like know so much. I think we needed her as a character like throughout this entire time. And at first I was like, I wonder where this is going to go. And it really, really worked out for me.
What do you feel about, Sabrina, what do you feel about the use of the 10 rings? Because it's so different from the comics, but they chose to do it like this on purpose.
What's different from the comics?
So it's actually like physically 10 rings that have power and that make him super strong and powerful. But in this one, he uses it like a suit, almost like technology. How'd you feel about that?
I really liked it. I know that they wanted to kind of, or somebody was speculating about this. I don't know if this is fact, but because Thanos just had his, the gauntlet and everything, having something like aesthetically very different, you know, it kind of sets the tone with everything going forward. We don't want to stay the same. I liked it. I liked the use in the fights. Of course, something that we talked about in the initial review, and I don't even think we've touched upon yet, but is how good the choreography was. So of course, in the beginning, we have like beginning in the second act as well. We have like true like martial arts, like really, really great choreography in that way. But then we kind of get to this and we add those like fantastical elements of the 10 rings and different stuff, utilizing it for different purposes. Like I was really fascinated by the way they were able to do that, have it be so different from anything that we've seen, because even though it was like it helped them and it was like a part of like a suit type of situation, it was so different. It was so different from anything we've ever seen from like Iron Man or whatever, because of the way they utilized it and the camera work as well. When we were dealing with the rings, I was just absolutely blown away. I love this movie so much. If I had to do the MCU ranking, like it would be high up there, and I'm really excited to give it a rewatch really soon. So I know I'm like singing my praises. I just really goddamn love this movie.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it again. Go ahead, man.
I think for me, like I really love this movie too. The rings were dope. Only thing I just didn't like, and this is like the total nitpick that I will only think of, I just wish they weren't purple. Like
I think they were purple on purpose.
I mean, of course they're for this purpose of the story, right? To be evil, but they do look very similar, like Wakanda in technology. And it's like, oh, what the freak? Like this looks like almost too similar, and they almost have like this radiating sound kind of sound effect to them. So just from a technical level, I would have been like, I would have switched the color a little bit, but otherwise, like I think that like the adaptation of their technology. Listen, like the original like comics that these are based off of, like mostly racist, dated, like crap anyway, you know what I mean? Like one of the dragons in the comics is literally called Cthulhu or something like that. Like this is how crazy and ridiculous like Marvel was getting in the 70s, because that's what movie culture was in the 70s. They were trying to be like those karate movies, like, you know, and Americanize it in that kind of way. But I felt like this movie took all of that, stripped all of like the unauthentic stuff and made it purely about like the human story, the human experience, and just of how the identity is like the more outwardly like expression of it, like that through the culture, through the clothing, through the like we see Shang-Chi have like his like nice like red outfit, like, you know, towards the end of it is like a nice like superhero costume. But then I also at the same time, like I do think like, and especially I think in regards to what you're talking about, like with the camera movement and with the rings, you know, I always I've been shouting it out, you know, even before the movie came out and during our review. Shout out to Bill Pope, who's the DP on this. I think, especially in that bus scene when Shang-Chi first gets like an ambush, and they're trying to take the pennant away from him. If you pay close enough attention to how the camera's moving through that scene, you're not really, Shang-Chi's not really the focus. The focus is always on the pennant. The pennant is always center frame, through most of that confrontation. Yeah. So they do that to draw your eye in, to always keep your, and there's just little things like that. That's just consistent.
You saw New Rock Stars, bro.
I
saw that on New Rock Stars.
I did see that on New Rock Stars, but I did think of that in the theater. I saw that. I did think of that in the theater. Come on. I'm a filmmaker.
I know. I'm
Jesus,
you, bro.
But, no.
Credit to film.
Okay, I'll give you another example of good DP work when they're out on the ledge, and how there was the various levels of elevation, right? If you pay close attention, there's almost never a point where Shang-Chi was on top and the opponents were on bottom. He was always fighting kind of upwards. It was almost like it's weird to explain, but it's almost like a reverse what's that movie? The Raid. It's almost like a reverse Raid, but almost confined to the stairs. He's only can move horizontally, not horizontally, but diagonally through these. I don't know. It's just a fascinating way.
Donkey Kong and
yeah. Apparently Donkey Kong's mad racist too, bro. I didn't know that. There's a TikTok I saw. Oh my gosh, it was broke down a Donkey Kong game. I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Oh my god,
it's some crazy stuff. Bro.
I got off TikTok, man.
Hey man, you gotta stay on TikTok, man.
I can't do it.
The TikTok is going crazy.
I can't do
Prison
it.
Talk. Shout out to Prison Talk.
Prison Talk.
That's my favorite TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to pick a favorite, Sabrina, who would be your favorite from the cast?
Character? Ooh. Gosh, that is so freaking hard. I think honestly, the Mandarin, I really do think that they just did such a great job. Tony Leung was so goddamn good. I just felt for him and I felt so bad. It's like Killmonger. It's that level of top tier MCU villain where you understand them even if you don't agree with them. And so of course, Shang-Chi or Sean, which that was also played as a really good joke. I think the humor, they were able to balance all that really well. Yeah, I like Awkwafina, but Sean or Shang-Chi, I thought she was really good in this movie. Yeah. I thought she did a really great job.
She didn't do any crazy blackness this time. I was like, wow, good stuff.
I thought she did great, but I am so blown away by Sean/Shang-Chi as well. I think Simu did such a good job of embodying this character, and also it's so interesting because everybody's been talking about the stock photos and different stuff like that have popped up to see somebody who has been in shows, because also he's in Kim's Convenience as well, but he's just thrust into this phase 4 of the MCU. This is the first film, I believe, in phase 4, correct?
Black Widow.
Oh, Black Widow, of course. But Black Widow also just takes place in the past, but spearheading the future of what we're going to see. Of course, we've had the TV shows, but as a film, him leading this and leading it absolutely fantastic. I'm blown away, and this guy is definitely a star. And if he wasn't in this one, he would have blown up in something else.
Yeah. Speaking of the shows, RB3.
Wait, real quick, before we get into that.
We have any super chats?
No, we don't have any super chats. People, support Sabrina for her birthday. Come on, y'all. What is we doing? Today's Sabrina's birthday. Everything that all the contributions that y'all make to today's show will be going directly to Sabrina. So come on, y'all. What y'all doing? Stop sleeping. Firstcut.live. It's in the chat. It's in the description. It's everywhere. Also, I just wanted to highlight this comment. He said they thought Shang-Chi was superb, but don't you think they could have used a more grounded ending like Civil War?
No, because I mean, you're in a different dimension called Ta Lo with mystical creatures. I don't know how grounded you can be when you're in a different dimension.
Right. But I mean, do you think
with mystical creatures that are from Chinese lore,
well, I mean, of course, but I think, do you think there is something do you think we're ever going to see an MCU movie with a grounded ending? There's only 2 I could think of is Civil War and Doctor Strange. Both came out in the same year.
But Civil War still has the 2-on-1 fight.
Yeah, but that's not giant CGI.
It's not, but it's still CGI. It's still Iron Man. It's still a 2-on-1 fight. It's still a 2-on-1 fight.
It's a fight. It's not. It's a fight. It's a fight.
It's a freaking handicap match.
It's definitely way more grounded than like
it is. I agree with that.
Full on.
That's why it's one of my favorites, to be honest. That's why it's in my top 5. Civil War.
Yeah,
but it's
Doctor
still
Strange is probably the most grounded too. Doctor Strange has a more grounded ending as well. You don't think the ending of Doctor Strange grounded?
The ending, maybe.
With Dormammu? I think that's pretty grounded.
Yeah.
But I think besides that, I don't think we're ever probably going to see a Marvel movie that's going to go down that route. I thought Black Widow was going to be that way, but
speaking of which, I know you're not paying attention to the shows, Sabrina, but my favorite of the show so far, endings, has been Loki's ending. And a lot of people have criticized it because they were like, "Where's the CGI fight?" And I'm like, "What the hell? I thought you guys were mad at the CGI fight."
It happened in episode 5 too, by the way.
Yeah, it did. But the finale though, like the fact that they chose the finale to not do that was probably my favorite part of Loki. Speaking of which, we've had WandaVision, we've had Bucky, Winter Soldier, we've had What If, and we've had Loki, and now we have Black Widow, Shang-Chi. Phase 4 so far. How would you grade it?
Yeah, I haven't really been keeping up with a lot of the shows except for Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision. So based off of all of that, I mean, I'm really excited for everything that we're paving the way for in the future. Even with the post-credit scene in this one or the 2 post-credit scenes that we had in Shang-Chi, I'm really excited. I really feel like incorporating all these different types of stories makes it interesting. I don't, unfortunately, want to see another Iron Man or another person like that. I want to be open to different cultures and different ideas. So the fact that we're getting this, of course, we're getting the Marvels. There's a lot of stuff that I'm excited about that opens the door for different stories. So we're not just getting the same thing reiterated. I think the future's looking really bright for Marvel.
Yeah. RB3, same question. Phase 4 so far?
Well, I mean, I'm loving a lot of content that they've been putting out. I know people have been divided on like some of the shows, like Falcon and Winter Soldier is probably the most divisive one, I feel like. Out of the shows.
Why is that?
I mean, I feel like that's the one people probably shit on the most. Why? I mean, I've almost not heard like most people like say not too many good things about it. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people like I like it a lot. But I mean, in terms of, I know like Lindsay Ellis put out a video recently, and then she was like, she did a whole thing on Loki, and then at the very end, she was like, Falcon and Winter Soldier is boring. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I guess that. And literally every other critic, I'm like, there's no like actual analysis coming out of like
I saw
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I showed you, and you were like,
oh well, yeah,
trash. I mean, and I was like, it's actually not.
Well, I mean, nah. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier just gets a little muddled because of has some filming problems, and I think it also had like some murky messaging in there or whatever, you know. But I think in terms of like Loki to me is like my favorite TV show that we've done. Oh, hey.
I just saw it. Happy birthday. Thank you.
Yeah. We have Brandon love Falcon and Winter Soldier. Love to hear that. There's I love Loki. Loki's definitely by far my favorite show. And it's probably one of my favorite like Marvel things ever. I don't know, in comparison to Shang-Chi and Loki, they're like so vastly different. I almost like really have a hard time even thinking of them as like the same, even comparing them. So I have a hard time saying like what's the number one, what's the number two. I will say I did watch Loki as a full series twice all the way through, and I only saw Shang-Chi once. So I don't know. Maybe if I see Shang-Chi a couple more times, like maybe I'll get more attuned to it. But I mean, I love Loki, so that's definitely like the
Phase 4 so far. Then
I think it's great. I think they just have to. I mean, we've seen mostly TV shows, right? Like they have to. I want to see movies. Like they can't just keep feeding us a bunch of TV shows, especially if they're going to be 50-50.
We have a lot coming.
Yeah. They can't. The shows can't be 50-50. They got to be WandaVision quality, Loki quality, or bust. Like I don't want to see. I love Falcon and Winter Soldier too, but
you don't want to see What If.
I like What If, but people are clowning that too for some reason. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with.
I definitely didn't watch that.
Yeah. He's talking about me, by the way, guys. He's talking trash to my face right now. Talking about What If. Now I'm playing, guys. I actually really like a couple of those episodes. They're really good.
Yeah, you were trashing on number 5 though, man.
Well, that last one was not good.
So why wasn't it good? Why don't you think it was good?
It was not good.
So
did you notice I didn't tweet about it? Did you notice I didn't say anything about it? I just tell you personally.
You told me about it.
I don't want to air it out. I don't want the Marvel people after me.
I forgot to tweet about the finale of Monsters at work.
Oh, no
the
one cares.
finale
No?
of Monsters at Work came and went, and nobody tweeted about it. I forgot to tweet. It was an amazing finale. Shout out to Pixar. Shout out Disney. Y'all doing amazing work out there. Please renew Monsters at Work for a season 2. It's a great, great show. The kids need it. They need to know to get to work. You know what I mean? Get to work. Get your asses up. Get to work. And then it's a good message about the environment. You know what I mean? Like clean energy. You know, they used to be scaring people. Now they making people laugh. Clean energy. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
oh, I get it.
Good message.
Oh,
good
cool.
message. Yeah.
I love how you're like,
nobody's caring. Nobody cares. Just
no one
crickets.
cares, man.
Crickets. Come on, Disney.
I love how you're making out with the mic, bro.
I don't know. I feel like it's not.
Speaking of making out,
whoa, wait.
why you on Tinder, bro? No, I'm playing. I found your profile. No, I'm playing.
Wait a minute.
Don't use Tinder.
Not
like
here.
if you're gonna go, you gotta go like Hinge. You gotta go Bumble. Tinder's not the right level.
Exclusively Tinder, though.
Are you serious?
I feel like Bumble and Hinge are like too commitment, like heavy. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
all right.
so I just got. I'm playing it loose and fast, but it's a dangerous world out there, people. Trust me, dangerous world.
Damn,
dangerous world.
Damn, hit a heartstring. Guys, we have about like maybe 5 minutes left, so make sure you guys hit up the super chats, hit up the Streamlabs. Let Sabrina know it's her birthday. Say happy birthday with some cash.
Yeah, let's we could go through some like favorite Sabrina memories too if we want. Like,
oh, did you have a video? Watch it.
I don't.
RB3 edited this like special tribute.
I wish.
Sabrina tribute.
I always
video.
think about doing these things, but I never end up doing them.
Oh, do we have one?
Yeah, we do have a stream. We have a Streamlab that came in. Hey, from Kylie. Yo, Kylie.
Thank you, Kylie.
Was good. They said,
Do
you want to read that?
Oh, I read it. Oh, you were on the mic,
Yeah.
bro. What a week to be alive. Shang-Chi, the Matrix trailer, AEW, All Out show, and the Queen Sabrina's birthday. Yeah, you came the same day as the Matrix trailer.
9/9.
You came the birthday after Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah,
right?
Two days after my mom's birthday.
2 days after RB3's
mom. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Freaking September, bro. Do you remember? That's what it is, man. It's the month that
very specific reason why that happens too. Like,
is it what holiday season?
Yeah, it's the New Year's Day. Is like
I was gonna say I was an accident, and I was the product of a one night stand, as we like to call it.
Hey.
Love my parents; they're both great, but I was definitely a product of a one night stand around New Year's. So yeah, I mean, checks out. So.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, September is like a crazy month for birthdays. My mom's is in a few days. My dad's is in about like a week and a half. So we literally, all three of us, and my aunt's birthday is today.
What's your sign again?
I'm a Virgo. Yeah.
So I have a little bit of a theory. I don't know. Maybe this is like not a good theory. I feel like personally, my mom's birthdays is. I feel like a lot of the Geminis I know, their mom's birthdays are in September, like October, or like late August. Like they kind of land in like the Virgo area. And I kind of feel like there's a connection there too. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Like maybe like around birthday time, people get a little freaky and then like stuff happens. Because definitely I like September when my mom's birthday is definitely exactly 9 months to when like I was born. So I'm sure there's probably a correlation there, like to something.
That's right.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are obsessed with signs nowadays. So when you tell people's months, really, what? God, man, I'm so old, bro. I mean, it's my generation, so I can't really complain much. It's literally millennials that do this.
Yeah, do the signs.
But Gen Z like adopted it. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
But it's just too much, man. Because I mean, I can't get no love when you're a freaking species.
Oh, so you're emotional.
Yeah,
you're emotional.
That's actually spot on.
You're emotional. You're a sweet boy.
I'm Draymond Green, straight up. I'm screaming on the court. I'm yelling at the ref. I'm getting mad easily. I'm hyper emotional. I can.
The March birthdays are crazy. I gotta say the March birthdays.
Yeah,
I'm low key. Yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, everyone knows that. Now you know that. But at the same time, you can't get no love, right?
As a Pisces, no, Pisces do this thing to themselves where they get themselves in bad relationships that are like uneven, like emotionally uneven. You guys are kind of like the punching bag, and somebody else is like the alpha. So fix that.
I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah.
Ace no punch him back.
Too spicy. I gotta say though, I didn't really believe in it until my boy K, he put me onto like that co-star joint.
Yeah.
And then and he showed me like the little star chart that I had, and he was like, "Yo, this is the most accurate thing I've ever read about you ever." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh man, some of this is kind of lining up." Like,
just the general punchline for mine is like emotional, and I was like, "Yo, that's low key true though." Yeah.
Ours is two-headed. That's better than a Gemini's is two-headed. Like that's what we get. That's our punchline. That's true.
Either way, guys, RB3, do you have any thoughts on Halloween Kills?
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on Halloween Kills? I didn't know about this until just now, but I saw the trailer before.
Being released on Peacock. I see.
Yeah, being released on Peacock. I liked the trailer when I saw it in theaters. I thought it was gonna be in theaters, but I mean, I don't think people was really gonna see it on Peacock though. Do you think? Or?
To be honest, you know my thoughts on this franchise. My thoughts on this franchise. Mm-hmm. I've said it many times on this podcast. So, I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I have no idea. People saw SummerSlam on Peacock.
But who saw what's SummerSlam? What is that?
WWE SummerSlam, bro. Come on. Come on, man. It was a great event. They had Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Isn't he in movies or something these days? He's still doing
Roman
that?
Reigns?
Nah, John Cena.
John Cena, yes.
He was freaking.
I saw. No. You know what I just saw though? He's
in 2 movies this year.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Why is he still doing the wrestling joints? But
he's not. He was not good. In that match.
You know what I saw on Hulu? Such a funny movie. So dumb movie. Fran's Vacation or something with Lorel.
I was gonna watch that. I want to see it.
Yeah. It's so dumb. It's like the dumbest comedy ever, but it's so funny. Like
I'm definitely gonna check that one out.
Yeah, if you just want a dumb like early 2000s comedy, that's all. Wait a minute. Oh shoot. Come on, man.
We have to acknowledge you.
Yeah, we can't just come sneaking in here.
Mr. Marzonia is in the building.
Woo! Hey. Is it way you could?
Ooh, I don't know if you can turn it around. You gonna turn it around? Whoa! Oh!
You know what I'm saying right here? Hey! Oh, yo, this is it's crazy right now. We're going crazy.
Wow,
dimension hopping.
HD, bro.
Yes. There are people.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up because you have those reservations, and I do not want you to be late. I do not want you to miss out.
Can't miss that.
It is your birthday above all.
You know you're invited to dinner, right?
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm going.
The way you said it, it was as if I wasn't inviting you to dinner.
No, I got my briefcase ready. I got my gallon of water. No, I'm playing. I'm not bringing it. But either way, guys, thank you so much for joining in tonight. Where can everyone find you, RB3?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3. You can find Ace on Network tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Be there. Eastern. 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 Eastern.
Sabrina, where can everyone find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Sabrina X Monica, also on Twitter at Sabrina on Film. And you can find me taking a lot of sake bombs in about an hour because it's my 24th birthday.
Guys, make sure you subscribe to First Cut TMO if you haven't done so. First Cut TMO on social media is what I meant to say. And also, guys, you can follow me at Squad Leader Race. As RB3 said, I will be on network tomorrow. What time is it again?
3:30.
Oh, it's 3:30.
It's going to be at 3:30, y'all. So we need all of y'all in the First Cut gang to get in that chat. Support our boy. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Man, they dropping some Bleach t-shirts.
Oh.
Up in the studio.
If y'all want to buy me a drink tonight, Cash App and Venmo is Sabrina X Monica. Thank you.
Oh, yes. That's
peace, y'all.
Peace. Let me refresh stream lives one more time. This time, you know what I mean? Oh, yo, wait. All right, no, thank you. No,
Logan Burton. Thank you so much, Logan, for the donation. Logan says, no question. Just wanted to show my support for y'all. Keep up the amazing work. Happy birthday, Sabrina. Thank you so much, Logan.
Sabrina. Yeah, woo! Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Logan, for the super chat, and Kylie as well. We appreciate you guys. You are our special little family, and I'm sure Sabrina appreciates it as well. Either way, guys, for the First Cut crew, peace, peacing out.